Okay. Hey, Andy, how are you? How are things going so far today?
Great, great. How are you?
I'm good. Well, greetings from Toronto, Canada. I'm telling you, we're going to eat up the series like there's no tomorrow because I can't wait to watch the last four episodes. I was just drawn in from oh, God, it is so clever. Congratulations to you, my friend.
Thank you so much. It's very, very kind of you.
Yes.
Hopefully,
Well, listen, I love it. I can't wait. And I got to ask you, I mean, how does this germ of an idea even get rolling in your head?
I'd say some version of this started. That initial germ started 8 years ago or so as a feature that I wrote. That it was like a coming of age drama comedy thing that involved an earlier version of Sam going down on a vacation with his parents to a resort, and then over the course of a week, he strikes up this kind of like unlikely friendship with this older couple,
Right.
who was some earlier version of Emma and Noah, who were there on their anniversary, and wasn't a very good script. And I didn't really let anyone read it, and it didn't work for a variety of reasons. It just was, but I put it away, and then I always would go back to it every year. I work on something else and go back to it, and I just couldn't quit it, and then eventually, after many failed attempts at like trying to revive it, I realized I was not only looking at like the original, like the inspiration for that original story through this kind of nostalgic lens. I was also looking at the script through the nostalgic lens. Like
Right.
my life had changed so much since I originally wrote that. I got married, had two kids, and my career changed. The world drastically changed in that time.
Yes.
Um,
Yes.
so like with all of that filtering in, like I was looking at that thing through this nostalgic lens. So then I decided to like break up the two main factions over time. So you have Emma and Noah in the present day trying to solve this mystery of like what happened to Sam and Violet in the past. But it's also trying to solve like what happened to them, like how they got to this point in their lives. Because if they can solve that answer, what happened to Sam and Violet, maybe they can find themselves too. Find out
Right.
why they have gotten like where they went off course, why they went off course, or if that's just like the inevitability of time that you just always go off course.
Yeah, absolutely. And what's really interesting to me too is the where you set this because look, most people, if they go on vacation and you can afford it, obviously you're going to go to stay at a resort, whatever. Have you ever been to one where you like kind of looked around and go, okay, this is creeping me out, and what maybe happened here?
Yeah, absolutely. Um, uh, yeah, I mean, there's my not so much, not always a resort, but I was in a band for a while. We spent a good like 5 years touring a lot, like
Right.
Toronto, uh,
Yes.
and we stayed in some questionable hotels over those years. Places that like now, like when I was in my early 20s, I was like, okay, that's a little questionable. And now, like as more of an adult now, like I would not stay there at all. And so yeah, that kind of stuff has popped up. And I remember like both like I've been down to different resorts. I mean, resorts all over, and where abandoned resorts are a strange like common occurrence in a way, where
Weird.
it's like this thing didn't work, so let's just leave.
Yeah. Yeah.
Without like tearing anything down. Like you can just spend 5 minutes on YouTube or Google, and like these places are all over in mainland US to Hawaii, Mexico, to I mean truly all over the world, abandoned resorts. And it's
Unbelievable.
it's a strange commonality. So like yeah.
Yeah. Just to wrap it up, we gotta talk about Kristen Milotti, obviously, because who you know so well from Palm Springs. Such a good film. Thank you for that one too. First of all, you're a smart guy because you write towards locations. That's really smart. Location shoots, right?
Yeah, I mean it's we tried it with Palm Springs. We ended up like not even we didn't even shoot in Palm Springs, but the hope was that like we had to go spend like a month in Palm Springs. But this one, yeah, we had 5 months in a tropical setting. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Not bad. Not
it was
bad.
a good way to approach writing.
Absolutely, like Mike White does it for the White Lotus too. Why, I think it's brilliant. But Kristen Milotti, she's so good as Emma. Like she's so frenetic. She's so determined to get to the bottom of this. How did you know? Obviously from Palm Springs, but that she would just pull this character off so well.
Because she is just the best. I think like from Palm Springs, and we had spent many hours talking about like how we're both kind of just like so interested in exploring nostalgia and the trappings of nostalgia and all that. We're like, I think we're just kind of kindred spirits in that way. And what we're both like drawn toward tonally and stylistically. But I think above everything else, like she has this insane and very unique talent to go from like the silly to the sincere, like within scene, where you can like laugh hysterically at the beginning of a scene and then all of a sudden by the end she's like making you grab for tissues, and that's just it's such a special gift and a special ability, and so yeah, that's, I think, because she can do that and because everyone else in the cast is like so good at doing that thing. I think that's why like that's what allows us to take some of the bigger swings, like genre swings, especially in the back half of the show where the show goes. Like we take some really big swings, but I think it's because everything kind of rides on that line, that tonal line.
Wonderful. She's so good. Everybody is so good in this. Thank you so much for the series. Like I said, can't wait to finish it. And I know Canadians are just going to love it. Thank you so much for your time, Andy. I appreciate it.
I see you.
Okay. Bye-bye.